You're watching Poland Daily Business, and tonight we'll say a few words about the position of Poland in this global struggle between the United States and China. Obviously, there is a Cold War, there is a very tough political and economical discussion between two countries, and Poland is sort of in the middle. We used to want to have very good relationships with China and with the United States, but we probably can't be any longer that way. Artur Wróblewski of Lazarski University is our guest tonight, sir. Welcome.
Good evening. Hello.
Can we maintain this position between China and United States, or it is already decided that Poland will go hand in hand with states?
Maintaining that position of equal distance is called balance of power in international relations theory. And I think we should try to maintain this distance to profit from their cooperation with the United States, of course, which is our strategic ally. But at the same time, it's good to make some money on cooperating with Chinese, remembering that we have over 1 billion Chinese people living there. So it's a huge export market for Polish agricultural products, for example, for our milk and our pigs, which are difficult to sell in Western Europe or somewhere else, because, for example, the biggest pork producer is Denmark and Danish Crown, for example, and they are controlling the market. We are controlling the market of chickens, for example, in the world, and we can sell, and we are selling chickens to China. So it's very rational and reasonable to cooperate with China, but let's remember that our loyalty should go first to the United States, because we can benefit something which is just extremely important to us. We can get the security from the United States. We can rely on the United States, which is not a threat to us, and we can in this way emancipate ourselves from the threat of, I don't know, Russians or even Germans. So this is the priority for us. But let's remember that Poland helped to construct this format of cooperation with China, between China and around 12 countries in Central and Southern Europe, which helps us every year to maintain talks with Chinese, mostly about how to benefit from economic cooperation.
Judging from the economical trade or trade balance, the trade with China is hugely unfavorable to Poland. We have a huge deficit with China, while we maintain a slight edge with the United States. And obviously, in the past, it worked that way, that United States, by working with allies, simultaneously opened their market for their goods. So this is how the allies could have built up their economy, strengthened the defense, and so on, and stay on the right course. Can we expect some growth of the trade with the United States in the next upcoming years?
Of course, we see the very big tempo of growth in economic relations and trade volume between Poland and the United States. And now the trade relations are on the level of over 14 billion USD. And we are just increasing the volume. Of course, how big is the volume and whether we have this competitive edge to some extent and surplus in trade with the United States depends on whether we look into US Census Bureau or into Polish Statistical Office for data. It's complicated how to calculate, because some trade we do with the United States is through the companies in United Kingdom, for example. But anyway, we we see the trend that we are selling more to the United States. And of course, we are buying now a lot of LNG and natural resources, because also oil. But this is a very good cooperation and very promising. But China is a huge market from Polish standpoint, especially in terms of vegetables, fruits, food, generally speaking. They are important partner for us, especially now when the relations, market relations, economic relations with Russia are unfortunately not that good. So let's work with both sides and let's balance the relations, but of course remembering that the United States is our priority, especially when we talk about telecommunication and, for example, atomic plants cooperation.
We have very interesting material on that, because Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki wrote for Daily Mail, that was in mid-July, the letter stating that we should pursue the technology that we can trust. So is that underlying statement in that text?
Of course, yes, we should remember that Donald Trump, who knows a lot because he has access to a very important intelligence data and information, he warned Europe, you should be very careful, you should cooperate more with Ericsson and Nokia on 5G, for example, instead of buying technology from China, because it can be a threat to your security. That's why we should remember about our American ally and cooperating with that country, but of course we should do it on equal footing. We should try to benefit from projects regarding, for example, artificial intelligence or atomic plants projects or other issues. We should also try to cooperate with the United States on developing jointly together high tech regarding, for example, military technologies.
Just wrapping up, because this is you've touched a very important point. We should be insisting on participation of our scientists, our companies in the advanced projects, including telecommunication, defense, or space industry. That's the way we should go, and maybe we should use this partnership with the United States, but saying, hey, guys, we pay you for our money for stationing troops here. Thus, we are stabilizing this part of Europe. But why not? We have brilliant scientists, brilliant companies. So why shouldn't you allow them to work with yours in order to achieve the new goals?
And such projects where I think we could jump on the boat in the United States is the development of 6th generation war planes, war fighters, for example. This is something which is still now under development. So, of course, we bought F-35 from the United States, but we can now join the work to help Americans to develop 6th generation warplanes, war fighters. It could be very good from our standpoint, and we could get engaged in this project. So we should look for opportunities. If we spend money on American troops in Poland, when we spend money on American stuff in the United States, we should also ask for something in exchange. That would be very rational from our point of view and from the point of view of our national economic interest.
Right, and the sky is the limit in this regard. Artur Wróblewski of Lazarski University was our guest, sir. Thank you very much for this insight.
Thank you.
And that was it for Poland Daily Business tonight. And of course, we will be back tomorrow, same time.